I think Bud could beat Canelo. Like I said, I've been saying it. I don't think size win fights. I think skills do. So yeah, I think like being a southpaw with good movement and sharp boxing, it'd be hard for Canelo with that high guard to walk him down and load up on them big hooks. I think Bud would beat Canelo.
How is Crawford, his composure going to be like the moment a punch lands on him from Canelo?
Are you kidding me? Take that question back.
Yeah, why?
Because you're talking about Crawford.
Yeah.
He's
But in weight classes,
he's the most composed guy. Yeah. What, you don't think he'll be prepared? You think it'll be a shock to him?
The long-anticipated face-off between Saul Canelo Alvarez and Terrence Bud Crawford finally took place during a high-stakes media tour leading up to their blockbuster super middleweight showdown on September 13th, 2025 in Las Vegas. During the Riyadh season press event, both champions locked eyes in a tense, silent standoff captured by cameras worldwide. Their expressions, Canelo's icy intensity and Crawford's unwavering previewed a clash not just of styles, but of legacies. The bout is being hailed as a once-in-a-generation showdown between two pound-for-pound greats competing for 168-pound supremacy.
More unrelated to this fight, but Turkey made it seem like you weren't going to be promoting the Terrence Crawford-Canelo fight. Is there anything you can kind of clear up on that?
He made it feel like I wasn't?
Yeah, well, he said that someone else was promoting it. He didn't say no TKO. He just didn't include your name in a tweet, and people kind of freaked out online about like, where'd Dana go?
I'm going to tell you what's awesome, man. So there's a lot of things about boxing, but they don't say shit. I mean, nobody talks. It's the most amazing thing.
Canelo Alvarez, the iconic Mexican superstar, is a 4-division world champion and currently the undisputed super middleweight title holder. Known for his devastating power, sharp defense, and exceptional ring IQ, Canelo has defeated some of boxing's biggest names and firmly established himself among the sport's elite.
I mean, you fought Floyd Mayweather at what? You're 23?
23.
That's so fucking young.
Yeah.
What was that like?
I trained so hard, and now obviously I try to beat him because, you know, if you beat him, you want to be the best in the world at 23.
What do you think was so impressive about him?
His experience, he's so smart. He have everything in a fighter, a complete fighter. He don't have power in the punches, but when you that kind of fighter, you don't need it.
You think that was the toughest fight you faced?
No.
What do you think?
I think it's tough fights and difficult fights. That was a difficult fight.
Canelo is beating these guys with all 5 layers of defense. Number 1, feet. Number 2, elbows, hands, shoulders, and the mind. This is exactly how both of those guys got to the highest level of boxing supremacy. Canelo Alvarez means to the Mexican fans what Floyd Money Mayweather meant for black people. 50 wins in boxing, no losses, no draws. And follow for more.
Terrence Crawford, representing Omaha, Nebraska, is also a multi-division world champion. Having claimed titles at lightweight, light welterweight, welterweight, and light middleweight, famed for his switch-hitting style, tactical brilliance, and finishing ability. Crawford unified the welterweight division after a dominant victory over Errol Spence Jr.
All right, we have to talk about this. Terrence Crawford just tweeted, Canelo versus Crawford is definitely by far the biggest fight in boxing. This guy is not playing around, all right? Crawford, pound for pound, number 1. Canelo, biggest star in boxing still at the moment. Anywhere. I'm not talking about just in the US, Mexico, the UK, everywhere. Canelo is now open. At first it was, hey, I can't go down to 160. I can't do a catch weight of 160. If he wants to fight me, it's gonna be at 168. Plus, I'm not gonna get any credit if I beat a Terrence Crawford. It would be like Terrence Crawford fighting Tank, moving 2 weight classes up, and I'm not gonna get credit for that. Terrence Crawford is a special fighter. He is like a Floyd and a Manny that can move up to weight classes, carry his power, can beat up bigger guys. He's a special.
Canelo remains a commanding presence at super middleweight. With a record of 63 wins, 2 losses, and 2 draws, including 39 knockouts. He has held world titles across 4 divisions: light middleweight, middleweight, super middleweight, and light heavyweight. Notably, in 2021, he became the first undisputed super middleweight champion in boxing history.
Listen, Canelo needs to understand he's a different fighter now. The deterioration is there. He's not the same guy. He's not that destroyer who's looking for knockouts early and keeps a pace and a pressure on you. He throws 30 punches around. You're not the same guy. So telling everyone you're gonna knock them out and then going into, 6 decisions in a row now? Scores a knockdown every time, the power's still there. The problem is the pace and the ability to carry on and push. That's the real difference, and that comes with age. He's 34 going on 45 at this, as far as I'm concerned. He's got a ton of fights, been around for a long time, doesn't have that same desire, the same drive to take the chances against these younger, bigger guys, because he is fighting younger, bigger guys. So you got to keep that in mind as well.
Standing. 5'8", and now 34 years old, Canelo combines power, speed, veteran savvy to remain one of the most dangerous fighters in the sport. His recent win over William Skull in May 2025 proved he's still operating at an elite level. Despite rising young contenders, his experience and refined technique continued to set him apart.
When he fought Canelo and he was like standing right in front of Canelo and Canelo's just whiffing, it was a life lesson. And then you look at how good Canelo's head movement got after that fight when he realized it. I mean, my God, when he fought Danny Jacobs and Canelo's just standing right in front of him, bobbing, that's all what he learned from fighting Floyd.
Reflecting on Canelo's 2013 loss to Floyd Mayweather, Crawford pointed out how that defeat helped shape Canelo into a more refined fighter, especially with head movement to skill, evident in his fight against Danny Jacobs. Crawford dismissed the idea that size would determine the outcome of their bout. He's heavy, but he's not huge. He's 5'8" like Meond. I have a longer reach, Crawford said. He emphasized that the real difference lies not in height, but in the journey through weight classes. Canelo moved up from middleweight to light heavyweight, while Crawford climbed gradually from lightweight to light middleweight.
The Canelo fight, realistically left your mind once he said he's not interested, or you're still pursuing it?
Not at all. I think business talk. With the right business come across the table, it happened. I just be talking, man. Canelo a big dude, you know what I mean? But at the same time, I believe in my abilities. He's a heavy dude, but he's not a big guy. Like, he's 5'8", I'm 5'8", you know what I mean? My arm's longer than his, So that fight would be good.
How's Crawford, his composure gonna be like the moment a punch lands on him from Canelo?
Are you kidding me? Take that question back.
Yeah, why?
Because you're talking about Crawford.
Yeah.
He's
weight classes.
He's the most composed guy. Yeah. What, you don't think he'll be prepared? You think it'll be a shock to him? No. He's already moved up 3 weight classes. So now you're talking 6, if you add on 3. Crawford has the ability to slow things down in the ring that very few people have, and to see things that nobody else can see because he slows it down. Yeah, he's got great power. He carried it up. Yeah, he's got good hand speed. Yeah, he's got all that. He's got good technique. His coaches do a tremendous job with him. But the timing is impeccable. It's better than anyone else's. Why? Because of this. When a guy has that ingredient, and very, very few have, I can't count him out in anything.
Canelo initially dismissed the idea of fighting Crawford, but later softened his stance, saying he'd consider the matchup if it made sense both financially and for his legacy. Crawford, on the other hand, skipped a tune-up bout entirely, choosing to dive straight into the 168-pound division, a daunting challenge on its own, made even tougher against a fighter of Canelo's caliber. Critics argue that Crawford may be outmatched at this weight, and that the fight serves more as a financial opportunity than a legacy-defining moment. Many believe he's taking a major risk for a major payday.
How is Terence Crawford going to beat Canelo Alvarez? We need to talk about it. When we look at the guys who've had success with Canelo, we'll look at Bivol, we'll look at Golovkin, we'll look at Floyd, and we'll look at Lara. Yes, I'll throw Lara in there, why not? I think all these fights are absolutely irrelevant coming into this bout. Some of them are just dated, or some of these guys' style just cannot apply. For example, a guy in Lara. If Crawford wanted to fight how Lara fought Canelo, he would probably gas out in 7 rounds, or if he made it 12, he just wouldn't get that decision. It's that simple. Let's take a guy in Golovkin. Crawford just simply does not have the punching power, nor do I think he has the gas tank at 68. He's not a good enough puncher to try to fight Canelo like Golovkin. He doesn't have the physical traits, even in the chin department. Then you have Floyd Mayweather. Well, both can have a bit of similarities. The speed, reflexes, technical prowess, IQ, timing, counterpunching, lateral movement. It's just too much from Floyd. I don't think Bud could take much from Floyd's game plan to implement it into his own success in September. And then you have Dimitri. The speed, the technical prowess, the IQ, the length is too much. So essentially, Terrence Crawford is going to have to beat Canelo in a way that nobody has ever beaten him or gave him any issues in. I'm gonna tell you exactly how Crawford's gonna fight. He's gonna fight like his damn self. It's too late in his career to change up the game plan. It's too late in his career for him to want to change up the game plan coming to a fight of this magnitude with a style he's never fought before. That would be a recipe for disaster. He's going to be more than likely off the back foot. He's going to be looking for counter shots. And I think there will be a point in this fight where he's simply just trying to survive. I like Crawford. He's an amazing pound-for-pound fighter. A different animal at 168. This is one of the greatest of all time. I see win scenarios for him, but I don't see him being realistic. I can see him fighting off the back foot, using his speed, timing, and feet to stay away from Canelo. But that's very, very, very unlikely, damn near impossible.
In a lighter exchange, Canelo reportedly joked that the fight with Crawford would be easy money. With potential earnings as high as $150 million, that massive figure reflects just how significant this crossover clash could become thanks to the fighters' drawing power and legacies. Crawford, however, fired back at doubters, pointing out that while Canelo moved up in weight and lost, Crawford moved up and won. Confident and determined, Crawford aims to prove he belongs at super middleweight, no matter what skeptics say.
Talk all the crazy stuff about me going up and having a tough time, but he went up in weight and lost. That's the difference. I went up weight and won. He went up and lost. You know, so let's not do that, Canelo.
If it's what I want, you wanna take it, you know?
Would you put a rehydration clause in there?
I don't like to talk about other fight when
But you understand, like that's the fight that everyone wants to see. That's the fans want to see you in there with.
Yeah, I understand that. The same happened with Golovkin.
Yeah, and it happened.
And same happened with Carlos.
And it happened.
And same with David Yosemite.
And it happened. I think it happened.
And with Troll, and with Mayweather, and with Cotto. Yeah.
That's why I believe the fight happened. Would you ever go for 175? Because 168, I feel like you fought everybody. They're taking belts away from you. 175, you got Benavidez, you got Morel, you got the rematch with Duval.
If I go 175,
that would be the first time. Well, then you can look around and see what's out there.
And then
would you make a Crawford's performance against Bantamweight?
I think he knows why his world class is there, right? He make a good fight, but for me, I think he lost the fight or draw.
Okay.
Or could be the other side.
He was saying your name a lot all week. I was out there in LA.
He want to sell the fight. If they don't talk about me, they don't talk.
Would you look at a fight with Crawford? In the past, you told me no.
The money is right.
Money's got to be big.
You know, I don't like fighters to go around.
Wait, do you want to say 168 or 175?
Appearing on the Joe Rogan Experience, Crawford admitted this bout would be the biggest of his career. Speaking candidly, he said legacy isn't the only driving factor anymore. Financial security now plays a major role. After becoming undisputed in multiple divisions, he's earned the right to consider the risk-reward ratio of facing a global icon like Canelo. While acknowledging the challenge of moving up in weight, Crawford also recognizes the historic opportunity and life-changing payday this bout offers. Similar to how he once dreamed of fighting Manny Pacquiao?
Nah, nothing. Nope. You just need, like, dragons to slay. You know what I mean? Like, at this point in your life, you can't even fight a regular fighter.
Yeah, like, I don't know, like, I get excited when, I don't know why. I get excited when I talk about Canelo like I used to get excited about Pacquiao.
Really?
You know, I used to get so excited. Like, man, I'm gonna be able to fight Pacquiao. You know, because
Is that the one you think got away?
yeah, it definitely did. It definitely did. I tried my ass off.
What stopped that fight from
They didn't want to fight.
It's too dangerous.
They didn't want to fight. Freddie Roach said he didn't want to fight. Pacquiao handlers didn't want to fight. You know, I believe Pacquiao, as a fighter, he wanted to fight, but...
Renowned boxing, analyst Teddy Atlas offered a sharp perspective on the matchup. While he respects Alvarez's achievements, Atlas believes Crawford is operating on a different level. Canelo's still great, but he's not the force he once was, Atlas said. He pointed out a decline in Canelo's explosiveness and consistency, suggesting that Crawford, by contrast, remains sharp, fast, and tactically versatile qualities that could tilt the fight in his favor.
Well, come on, he's human. So he had a few hiccups. He won the fight. He's Terence Crawford. A lot of people say, "Oh, Teddy, you make him so good. You're always saying how great Crawford is." You know, but who's he beating? He unified the, what was his first division? Lightweight, then he unified the junior, then he unified the junior welter, then he unified the welter. I think I got the weight classes right. It doesn't matter. He unified like 3 different weight classes. He moved up in weight. Guys are tired of me saying it. I look at him, look, Canelo's special too. I get it. And he's bigger. I get that too. And everyone's going to say, well, after Madrimov fight again, had a couple hiccups. Now he's stepping up another weight class. Now he's got to fight Canelo, who's even bigger, stronger, better puncher. You know, a unified champion that he's been. You know, all of that stuff. He's not going to be able to handle it. I asked this question. See, I go to the other side. I say, okay, yeah, can Canelo handle the smaller guy who's going to be faster, who's going to be slicker, who's going to be better defensively, who's going to have better legs, you know, who's going to be able, sometimes Canelo at this point in his career can slow down a little bit. They're both getting older. I get it.
Former world champion Amir Khan, who has shared the ring with both fighters, brings unique insight. While acknowledging Canelo's raw power, Khan believes Crawford's superior ring IQ, movement, and precision will be key. He emphasized that Crawford's ability to make elite opponents miss and counter with accuracy could be the difference maker in this matchup.
It could have gone either way because I had probably Skull winning by 2 rounds. I mean, I like Canelo. I think he's a great fighter, but the thing is, I think that he was looking he was picking the shots better and landing the better, cleaner shots. Canelo was marked up a little bit, but look, it could have gone either way. Anyway, regardless how the fight went, it was a great performance by both fighters, but it's made a bigger fight happen now with Canelo and Crawford. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that one.
Is there more question marks being asked in that fight now? Because a lot of people say, look, Canelo's a bigger guy. He should technically be the bigger guy, have too much weight for Crawford, but from that performance, do you feel like it's a lot tighter and there's a lot more question marks in that fight?
Yeah, I mean, you need more than size, you need more than weight, you need more than everything. I mean, I think what you need now is you just need box IQ.
Crawford sees this as the defining moment of his career. He respects Canelo Alvarez. As the face of boxing and is eager to showcase his skills on this massive stage, his confidence reflects a deep desire to secure his place in boxing history. Meanwhile, Canelo hopes Crawford shows up to fight, not just survive. After his bout with William Skull, Canelo voiced frustration with opponents who avoid action, saying fans deserve more. He expects Crawford to bring the fight and help deliver a memorable night.
A mediocre mind because they come just to survive, to go to the 12th round. That's a mediocre mind. You need to put a good fight there and put great show, you know? You know what I mean?
Do you think Crawford will employ the same tactics to try and box?
I hope not. I hope not, because the people deserve a good fight.
What do you make of the Crawford fight next?
Huh?
How excited are you for the Crawford fight?
I'm excited. We want to enjoy this win and then we think let's do it.
Who do you think will come out on top, Canelo's power or Crawford's ring IQ? Drop your predictions below.